Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me here on my channel, Septeria 18. Before I share with you this really easy craft on a budget tutorial, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that had enjoyed watching my personal, sentimental shadow box project share. I was really touched by each of your comments, and I want to say sorry that I hadn't replied to most of the comments, so I thought I'd come on here and say thank you to all of you that did make a comment. It was a little bit emotional when I had read all of the comments, and I just want to say I love each and every one of you that come here on my channel and watch my videos. And yeah, just thank you so much. I love you all, and I hope I will be able to continue to share with you more tutorials and fun projects for you as well. So let me go ahead and share with you this really simple project. And these are these ruffled flower shape embellishments. I had done a video with a tutorial not too long ago where I did share with you on how you can make these similar ones, and it was using scrapbook papers and just using your paper scraps to make these. And these are what they look like, and I'll just show you what I'd done with a couple of them. So I did add it onto some more scrap papers and just cut them into strips and layered them, and then added this the ruffled flower as a focal piece. And then I also made one for a bag topper. I just folded a piece of paper in half, did some embellishing, and then add this ruffle one here to the back to the front of the paper. This one uses crepe paper. These ones use scrapbook paper, not more of the lightweight scrapbook papers or medium weight. I didn't use the heavyweight ones, but in this video I want to show you how you could also make these really cheap using greaseproof paper. Not so much the baking paper. The baking paper has a coating, so I find it's really hard to adhere the papers together. So I tried it with greaseproof paper, which is this one here that I purchased from our local supermarket at Coles. So if you're in Australia, you can find this at Coles or Woolworths. This one says it's not to be used in the oven or microwave. So I thought this might work to be able to adhere the papers together to create these cute little ruffles. And you get a large roll, so you can make a ton of these, and you can use these and package them for a Happy Mail and gift some to some of your crafty friends. So these are the ones that I made. So how cute is that? And you can dye it and add color to it if you don't want it plain white. And then you can add any of your centerpieces to finish it off using buttons, flat back pearls, rhinestones. If you don't have any of these sort of focal pieces for the center, I'll show you how you could also use the paper to make it so it'll still look pretty. So this is another one. And with these ones, I added a book page to the front of it just to sort of lift the paper with a different pattern. So if you're into junk journaling or making journals or that sort of using those sort of papers, these are great as well. This one uses the dictionary page from a digital print from my porch prints. So I just tore that and done that with dictionary papers. You can use music sheets. And then these ones here, I made these using Shabby Art Boutique digital kit. This is from the current collection, which is Autumn Whispers. So I used some leftover of the digital papers to create the front, the top layer. And then I also added some tulle to the back, like these ones. And I thought that was pretty as well to add some tulle to the back. And this was another one using Shabby Art Boutique's Forever Friends kit for this one. I had a bit of some papers left, so I made that in the paper. And I'll just show you a couple of the projects where I did add these onto again, these are the Shabby Art Boutique collection. This one was the Forever Friends, and it's still available in her shop. I'll link her her Etsy store, and you can have a look at all of her beautiful digital kit collections, and you can make these as well. And so I just placed it on one of her little mini pockets that was in the kit, and you just cut the pocket out and assemble it, and then I just placed it on the front, and I thought that was a great way to finish that. And this was the other one. So there was also a pocket and like a note card image, and I placed the other ruffle flower in the front with some cheesecloth at the back, and that's another pocket. These are just so cute. I also placed the greaseproof paper one on the closure of a vellum envelope, and this was also from the kit, which is the current one, and it's the Autumn Whispers. And I had done a tutorial on how you can make these vellum pockets, oh sorry, vellum envelopes as well. So I just thought that was perfect there to finish that off. So these are just some of the ideas you could use on to use these ruffled papers using greaseproof paper. You can also distress them with your distress ink. So let me show you how easily it is you can make these, and so cheap. So you just grab your roll of greaseproof paper, and you'll also need a couple of circle templates. If you don't have a die or a circle punch, you can just find a circle shape and cut around some thick cardstock like I have here. This is just a craft cardstock, and I just created 2 circles. This is a 1.5 inch circle. I use a punch. Just punch one of those out. I also punched out a smaller size, 3/4 inch size. So if you find something that's about a smaller size, that's just for the center part here. So that's optional. You don't have to have that, but I just thought that was just a nice way to add the layering. So just 2 of those sizes, and you're just going to grab your roll of greaseproof paper. One second. No, Chester, stop that. I'm sorry about that. All right, so you're just going to grab your the main circle, and I'm just going to lay it on the edge of the paper, or the greaseproof paper, and I'm just going to grab my ruler, and I'm just going to leave a little bit of space and just sort of line it there, and I'm just going to tear that. And if you want to, you can just keep cutting more and more strips like I have here, and just continue cutting more of those, and so that way you'll have a whole heap of these ready to make your flowers. But I'll just cut this one, and then you're going to place your circle template just somewhere up on the edge, leaving a bit of a space, and you're going to fold that over so that your circle has some room there. I'm going to remove that and fold that down, and I'm just going to accordion fold it back, front and back, lining it up with the fold, and just continue going back and forward until you sort of have a full enough of like a full square. And I'm going to place that on the front, and I'm going to start tearing around the edge of the template. And it doesn't need to be perfect. The more imperfect your circle is, the better. It gives it a better effect for your ruffled flower. So just keep going. It's just a guide to help you tear to create like a circle shape. So you have all of them. So now they're all going to be separated, and you'll have a few pieces. You may have 6, you may have 5, depending on the size of your circle. So the bigger your circle shape, the bigger your ruffle flower is going to be. And I'm just going to grab them all. I'm just going to scrunch them all up just like that, and then open it all up again, and you'll notice it's all ruffled. I'm going to start separating each one. I think that's all there. I think there's about 5, 6. Grab some glue. You can use any glue you prefer. And we're just going to apply some glue to the middle of the first piece. Just like that. Grab another piece and layer that on top. Press it down. And you're just going to continue adding more, a little bit of glue to the middle. Grab the next piece, and you can layer it as much as you want. If you only want 3 pieces, you can have 3. If you only want 2 pieces, you can have 2. And I'm going to layer the next one. I might do 5. Actually, I'll do all of them. The more layers, the more effective and thicker your ruffles are going to be, and it'll puff up nicely like this one. You see that's all nice and puffy. Alright, so that's all there, and then I've got the little smaller piece, and I'm just going to cut up another smaller piece. So I'll just grab that, and then I'm just going to tear it around. You can leave yours just like that if you wanted to, and then add your centerpiece, and that's done. But I like to add another smaller size, just to make it a little bit, so it's not so plain. Okay, so that's there. And I'll use one of these flat back sort of acrylic pieces. And let's just grab, I've just got a glue dot. So I'm just going to stick that on that. Oops. And I'm just going to place that in the middle. Oops, glue's still not dry enough yet. So once you've got all of that, it's all adhered well, that's all there is. And then you're just going to individually separate each of the layers, scrunch it to the middle, just keep going around, or you can just ruffle them all up like that again. Give it a couple of seconds, open it up, and then just play around with the ruffles to create that flower effect. And you have yourself a nice flower ready for you to add to your projects. So that's how to do that. Now if you don't have any of these, let me see if I can take this out. I'm just going to take this one out just so I don't have, I'll make another one. Let's make another one, because I actually like making these. So I'm just going to place that on here again. I'm going to fold that back. And then just keep going. So I'm just going to show you how to add a little centerpiece with the paper if you don't have any in your craft supplies. This is just so cheap to make, and so easily to get hold of this grease-proof paper. Alright, so I've done that. So I'm just going to grab them all again, ruffle them all up, and separate them. You can even, oh you can't actually, you can you know, use your inks to colour it up if you want to. You can also add some scrap papers to the top and just add a printed design paper if you wanted to give it a pattern. So they're all put together now. So all I'm going to do now, I'm just going to grab another piece and just cut like a little square any size, scrunch it all up. The more paper you have, the thicker your piece will be. So I'll just roll it into a little ball, place some more glue to the middle. Actually, I might just make this little piece first. And that little ball piece that we had just rolled up, that will be your centerpiece. So that's just sort of show you that way. It's another alternative. Let's put some glue. So I might even flatten it down a bit, just so it's not too bulky. You can add some glitter if you have some, I'm not too sure, I think Glitz and Glamour glitter glue. You can add some of that to the top just to add a bit of sparkle, or just add some glitter with some glue, sprinkle some around it, and you can still use that as your little center. Oops, stuck to my fingers. So that is just another way to do that. So I just wanted to share with you some of these do-it-yourself ruffled flowers. If you want to make your own on a cheap crafting budget, just using the greaseproof paper that you get in your local supermarket. And I think they're fun, they're pretty, and they just look lovely on any of your projects. So you can make these. So these ones here, I'll just quickly show you. These are all made with different size circles, so you can do that as well. And I'll put the link to this video on where I made these as well down below if you wanted to have a look at that, as well as the video tutorial if you want to know how to make these vellum pockets as well. So I hope you enjoyed this fun, easy, cheap tutorial. And again, thank you everybody for subscribing to my channel, leaving all your lovely comments and liking my videos. I really appreciate it, and it means a lot to me. I will see you all soon in my next video. Bye.